ever used this, whatever it's called, StreamYard thing before?
We are live. StreamYard. I am loving StreamYard. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning.
Morning. It's Monday morning.
It's Monday morning. All the days merge into one, apart from Monday when you realise normality hits again. The relaxing of the weekend has disappeared. We've gone back to Monday. So good morning. We are streaming on the SOS group and on the Kate Carney UK page. And I feel like, just I've said to you, Vicky, just need to caveat, I'm downstairs and there's children here and there's animals, because today is really a fight for the office day between me and my husband. So the unpredictability. Morning, Danny. The unpredictability. Tell I'm not teaching English at homeschooling today. That comes with running the business from home. Morning, Emma. Hello. So we're with the lovely Vicky Powell. How are you, Vicky Powell?
I am very well, yes. Yeah.
All right.
Wishing it was a bit sunnier today, but never mind. We'll hope the sun comes out.
But the problem with the sun is less work, more fun. So yeah. I'm then spending more time outside, having a wonderful time, thinking, oh God, I should be planning content, I should be emailing, should be doing things. So yeah, let's see how the weather affects our productivity.
Yeah.
Productivity. Right. So, hello. Introduce yourself for us, Vicky. Let's see who you are, because you get involved in lots of interesting things. We've just been talking about how relevant your life is, your business life to what's happening right now. So, tell us about your two sides. Just give us a quick intro into the two sides of what you do.
Okay. Well, a bit like a lot of us entrepreneurs, we're all dipping and diving in lots of different things. We can't help it, can we? And we like, driving ourselves mad with mixing and swapping and changing and all sorts.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, I had a 20-year corporate career in retail, working for some big retail names as a buyer, and my last role was head of buying and merchandising for Liverpool Football Club. Actually, no, it wasn't. After that was head of trading at BBC Children in Need. Sorry.
Wow. Trading at BBC Children in Need.
Yeah. So Pudsey, lots of Pudsey stuff. So yeah, and I kind of I really enjoyed it. I was doing loads of travel, got loads of stuff on my passport. Great spending other people's money and developing products for big businesses, but you get to a point, or I got to a point, and I just thought, I've had enough of this. I'm hardly ever here, and it's all a bit stressful. So I took the leap to do something for myself. And about four or 5 years ago, I kind of did it. I did it sort of slowly. I didn't just quit and move to full-time employment. I kind of did a bit of a crossover with part-time stuff and some kind of contract work and things like that. But I found myself wanting to support small businesses, really, because a lot of the stuff that I had learnt over my time at working for big retailers was also very relevant for small retailers, and just lots of processes and tips and way you think and the way you work with suppliers. And I thought, actually, there's lots of small retailers, and they've got a great product, great ideas, great enthusiasm, and they just could do with some of this sort of good stuff, and it would really help their businesses a lot. So what I ended up doing initially, working for myself, was working still at kind of corporate level, working with some of my suppliers. And then I thought, I don't really like working with bigger companies. I want to work with sole traders and small SMEs, and do lots of stuff in groups like this. And so that's what I've been doing kind of properly for about the last 2 to 3 years. I've dabbled in other retail businesses myself, and then in 2018 one of the ideas kind of stuck, and that was set up a virtual racing business with my youngest sister. I've got 2 sisters. She's very similar to me, and we came up with the idea, sort of interpreted it from something other, from similar things that were going on in the market, and thought we could do that but better. And so we ourselves run a small retail business because we're selling product. we've developed our product range even more. So I understand the trials and tribulations and challenges of running your own small retail business. So I think that really helps the coaching side of things, because I get what people are going through, and I get that, you know, you've got to wear all these hats. And whereas when I was in corporate, you'd go, oh, right, we need to do a marketing campaign, and you just phone up someone and go, or could you just put this on Facebook, or can we just do a poster for this, and it was done. And now it's like you've got to do all of that yourself. So
if there's ever somebody who is so appropriate to talk to during lockdown, and we are still in lockdown, but still, you know, in this weird time that we're in, you as a retail business queen who also has her own virtual racing, her virtual business, and I can't speak firsthand for the virtual racing, but I can speak firsthand for the quality of the leggings, because you kindly sent me some of the gorgeous leggings. Then now is a good time to speak to you. So like you, I find that having your own business and all of the challenges, you know, all of the challenges that come with that absolutely enriches your coaching consultancy offering to your target customer, doesn't it? It gives, for me and for you, it gives you that extra credibility that you might not have if you were just in one of those spaces. So talk to us a bit about retailers. So with your retail business queen hat on, what's going on for retailers right now? What will, if there's a retailer watching this, a small business who has a shop or as an online retailer, what will they be feeling? What will they be struggling with at the moment?
Well, we've got two aspects of that. You've got the bricks businesses, and then you've got your clicks, and you know, you've got some that got both. But your bricks are all aiming to open next week. So Boris has said that they can open, non-essential business can open from the 15th of June. So lots and lots of small shop owners are gearing up for next week. Some have decided not to open because they've still got kids at home and it's just too much of a juggle, because you know, they're not going to school or whatever, and that's absolutely fine. Others are easing into it gently, not literally just opening the doors and doing 9 to 5. And what I've been saying to people is, you've got to do what is right for you and your family and circumstances. Just because, you know, the government says you can open your doors doesn't necessarily mean you have to. And also, I don't think we're going to get this huge, you know, wave of people queuing. You know, we've seen pictures of people outside IKEA, but I do think that with independents, particularly those that have been selling online or doing sort of local deliveries and click and collect, I think that you can quite happily sustain a business by not opening your doors if it doesn't work for you at the moment. But those that are opening, they've got a lot to think about in terms of signage and number of people in the shop, and what people touch and feel, and then you've got to quarantine the stock. You can't.
I've heard this. I was going to ask you about this. I've heard this about quarantining stock. So a friend of mine who owns a small clothing retailer, independent clothing retailer, said that if somebody touches the clothes, if a customer comes in and holds the jacket, men's clothing outlet, that piece of clothing has to be quarantined?
Yes, kind of. If they've kind of really tried it on and sort of really touched it, done the whole, then really the recommendation is that it should be quarantined for 72 hours. The alternative is to get like antibac spray. There's a Febreze that's got an antibacterial thing in. They're selling it in like Home Bargains and stuff at the moment. Or a steamer, like if you've got a steam mop, it's usually got a head thing on the end that you can steam windows or clothes. Or you could buy a retailer's steamer, which is like a mini Henry Hoover with a long thing, and they're quite cheap. So you can steam it, and the steam actually, with it being 100 degrees, will actually, in theory, and I mean, people are going to touch everything. People, we buy with all the senses, don't we? We're picking stuff up. So what I've kind of said to clients is the same thing. Really in between each day's trading, or when you've had quite a few people in and you've noticed they've touched things, so you'll have to go round with your spray.
Wow.
stuff. Hand gel at the door, so hand gel when you go in, hand gel when you go out. Leave the doors open if you can. Lots of people are not doing changing room facilities at all, just to make it easier.
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that actually.
But then, and lots of people have decided to extend the returns policies. So, you know, take things home and you've got an extra week or whatever to return it. But equally, when that comes back, you've got to quarantine it again. So
the impact on small retailers is we're only, by the sounds of things, we're only just seeing part of that impact. You know, the lockdown, shut everything down, stop trading, or take your offer online. We talked about how you can, you know, some people that are doing that, or the click and collect thing. But actually, all of the kind of pulsing after effects, that just because you can open your door, all of those minute details associated with quarantine items, as well as the climate where customers, we're just not going anywhere. We're all right. You know, we're kind of staying at home and doing online deliveries and whatnot. The culture of people still not wanting to go out. Yes, you've drawn a face with a Sharpie on an apple. Okay. Okay. One came in for a fruit shoot, the other one's drawing an apple, whatever. So we're only just seeing the impact. And I guess we're not going to know financially how that affects retailers for a while, and how sustainable this is going to, how long that this whole kind of culture things, if you can open but you've got to do A, B, C, D, and E, is going to last.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, if you normally on a busy Saturday you would serve 50 people, and now you can only have 1 or 2 people, because a lot of small independent retailers, their shops are quite small.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a 2-meter distance between 2 people at any one time. And if your shop can't physically allow that, you can only have 1 person in at a time, or, you know, 2 or 3 or whatever. So, and that means that, you know, you can only serve that many. You can't have people browsing while someone's trying on, or you're serving someone at the till. It's literally 1 or 2 in and 1 or 2 out. So, you know, the footfall is going to be lower. Are people going to queue? You know,
I was just going to say,
is rubbish. You know, are they going to stand outside in a queue? Are they going to come out at all? We just don't know. You know, we might see an influx like next week, because people have kind of been going, oh my god, I need to go out. But then, particularly us being in the northwest, and we get this second spike, that's another potential problem. If we have local lockdowns, what does that mean for retail again? Do they close them all down again?
So I'll tell you what they could do is they could join a virtual race and like get fit at home, wear your sexy leggings.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that seamlessly. She drew on a banana, by the way. We got from drawing an apple to also drawing on a banana. You know, one of those moments where they pick their moments to come and say, can I have this, can I have this, can I have this, when they know what's happening and you can't say no. You can't speak, you know. That's what's happening right now. So retailers are going to be in this incredibly difficult situation, and I know that they can have sessions with you, they can have one-to-one help with you. Have you got a Facebook group as well, haven't you, for retailers?
Yeah.
I imagine this is a hot topic.
I've got a free group, and I've got a membership group as well, which is more hands-on and sort of training and stuff in there. So that's the most best value for money, really, if they want kind of, you know, they've got not weird questions, but they've got unusual questions or weird questions, or you know, they want a bit more access to me. But so I do understand totally what they're going through. It's just a very strange time, really. And retail as an industry, we've been affected by the virus since January. Probably a lot of people didn't realise it, but I was talking about it in January, February, because it first started in China, where most of our stuff is made. And so we had a big problem in January and February with stock not being able to be made, and then stock taking ages to ship. We had China closes down for Chinese New Year for 2 to 3 weeks at the end of January, beginning of February. That was extended to the beginning of March. So we lost a lot of production time. So then I was sort of predicting there was going to be a shortage of stock, because nobody could get stock out of China. Then there was a backlog of shipping containers stuck on the water.
Wow.
So there was no containers to put the stock in and all that. And then by that time, you know, the virus had reached the UK and we went into lockdown, and a lot of our suppliers went into lockdown. So even if we wanted, we've been struggling to get stock, and now it's just coming back, you know, back to sort of some sort of normality. But essentially we've kind of lost the whole summer season because we've had lots of cancellations of summer stock, particularly big retailers. They've just, you know, said, no, it's not worth the risk. We're going to almost, when the shops open, there'll be whatever there is around of summer stock from the big retailers, and then we're going to go into autumn quite early, really. And I do think Christmas is going to come early for us, weirdly as that sounds, but yeah, I think it will, because people will be wanting to spend all this money they've not spent on going to the pub and going to the cinema. Will want to spend it on, you know, a really good family Christmas. So that's good news for retailers, because if it comes early, we've got a much longer period to sell, and people are more willing to spend money as well. But it's just getting over this hurdle of whether people will come out and shop, or whether, you know, they're still wanting these local deliveries and you know, Royal Mail deliveries and things like that.
If there's ever a time to have had a crash course in the strategic fundamentals of retail, managing your supply chain, the methods of procurement, your online presence, the clicks and bricks, like at the beginning. I mean, you know, if you opened a shop, and I'm sure people that will watch this who opened a retail shop last year, Annabelle, I cannot look at your fruit drawings on fruit right now. I'm in the middle of a conversation. Darling, what have I said? That's my serious face. You know, the people that have been struggling, but if they can reflect on what they've experienced and their learnings associated with it, there is going to be a way that they will be better in 2 years' time, a year's time, better for it, for the learnings and the experiences they've had, and the associated risks. Hi, Stephanie. You know, their attitude to risk, their attitude to managing partners, forecasting. We've talked before about forecasting stock and trends. That there's going to be one hell of a case study associated with small retailers, isn't there? It's going to come out the other side of this.
Yeah.
So your virtual racing business then. So whilst people have been in lockdown, no one's going out. We're living in leggings.
Yeah.
Living in leggings.
Today's the first time I've got proper clothes on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm normally in like hoodie, sweatshirt, hair scraped back. I've normally done like an online workout in the morning, and I was like, none of that.
Oh yeah.
Look presentable.
Yeah, me too. I've normally done an online workout as well. Yeah. So for those people that actually do online workouts, just tell us what the principles behind virtual racing are, and what happens. You know, bored in the house, bored, as TikTok would say. What are you doing on virtual racing?
So virtual racing started out for people who wanted to get fit, either running, walking, cycling, swimming. Those were the kind of 4 disciplines, really. And it was for people who had done things like Couch to 5K and then wanted some sort of continued motivation. People who needed the motivation with the sort of the temptation of a medal, which is the prize at the end of it. And also for people who don't want to go to real live races, you know, like your 10Ks, your 5Ks, your park runs, your marathons. Lots of people don't like going to those for lots of reasons, for, you know, financial, location wise, and also from mental health perspective. Lots of people get really anxious, you know, don't want to be in crowds. They get worked up about, you know, having to actually race and all this. So really they want to kind of race against themselves and really push themselves with some motivation. So we had a lot of people that joined for exactly those reasons. We also had a lot of people that joined our community because in between their live races, they also wanted some other motivation. And then we have a lot of people who just, we also have a lot of people who just love collecting medals. And, you know, everything. I'm just going to show you a couple. So, you know, they're the kind of...
Oh, I've seen these before. These aren't messing around medals. No. These are posh medals. This is like an award. Even I'm tempted by this, Vicky, just to kind of hang some stuff up in the bedroom.
Yeah. So, you know, then there's that one with TV. We've got ones for kids.
You see, I should do this.
You know, with my background in product development, so I work directly with factories. I've got my own designer. So, you know, they're not like little skinny mini. No. I call them chunky monkeys. We've got branding all the way through them and stuff. So, and it's part of the experience. You know, they don't just get that sent in the post. They get lots of communication from us. We create a bib that they can print out and they could attach it to the top if they want. And for all of our challenges, we work with different charities and we donate 20% of the entry fee. And we work with teeny tiny little charities, from, you know, things that have started up because somebody wanted to give back to a voluntary organisation, and we work with big charities. Marie Curie, Born Free Foundation, Foresight Society, Rethink, you know, loads and loads of different, all different ones. So that was our business up until lockdown, and it was growing nicely. We'd introduced a range of leggings in the autumn, and then lockdown came, and so did lots of new members really to our community. And it was basically because people were confined to their house. We only go out once a day, and we had lots of people going, what am I going to do? I normally go to the gym, or I normally go to my Zumba class, or I go for a walk with, you know, my friend Mel down the road, and we can't do all that. So we had people just signing up and joining. And so we opened up a Facebook group and created a community, and realised that adding the community aspect to it was a really valuable part of the business and what was important to them. And then we've developed it into, rather than saying they're all distance challenges, so like a 5k or a 20k medal, we also converted it and said, well, yeah, if you can't run 20k, you can still sign up for this medal, and this is what it equates to in online workouts or class or gardening, or, you know, we had even people doing like laps of the garden, or walking down to the end of the road and back again, and things like, and scooters. Kids can do it on scooters. They can, half an hour of trampolining is equivalent to, you know, one session and things like that. So we kind of opened it out due to the circumstances, so that it made it a lot more flexible. They can mix and match, so they don't have to just say, right, I'm going to do it through running. They could do, you know, a mile of running and then an online workout, or, you know, a trampoline session with the kids. And you've got a whole month to do it. We release different challenges at different times. Oh, thank you. And we just created this community. I think we've got about 2,000 people in the Facebook group. Our Facebook page is really busy and active, and people love getting the medals, posting pictures of themselves. The charities that we work with, we try and get them involved and do little interviews with them and things like that. Level 5, like we lapped the house 51 times. Yeah, isn't it? It's amazing. And people tell us these stories and show us pictures and videos and things. And they, you know, they want to become part of this virtual team. So we've got a team kit made, and we've just launched a range of leggings because our members asked for it. People want to wear our team tops and feel they don't want to join a running club, or they don't want to join a tri club or a swimming club, but they want to be part of a virtual team. So, you know, we even had three guys who live in Blackpool, and they don't know each other, and they passed each other on a run, and because all three of them were wearing our team tops. I'll just show you one. So they were all wearing a team VR UK t-shirt, and took a picture. So
like ultimate community, kind of online community meeting in real life. That's the dream.
Yeah. So we're continually evolving and creating more stuff. We've got we've got children that participate, and we've got the sort of the older and wiser generation. Like my mum's 73. She does some of our stuff. We've got a lady who usually does park run every week, but obviously park runs are all closed at the moment. I think she's 75 or 77, and
brilliant.
And people encourage each other. You know, people post a question in the group and say, I don't know if I'm too old for this, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. And other people go, well, you know, I'm 65 or I'm 55, and I was overweight and I've done this. And you know, we've had people that have genuinely said that signing up to our challenges during lockdown has massively helped, like, their mental health.
I bet it has
helped create structure to the week and the days, and also being part of the community as well. So we never expected it to happen, because like lots of other businesses, when lockdown came, we just thought, oh my God, you know, this is a worry. And so you just listen to what people want and need, and just go and give it to them. And that's what we've done, really. So
like a dream case study. I talk about, you know, businesses that can thrive during lockdown. You know, there's a lot of people talking about no one's got any money, no one's going to buy from my business, and actually looking at, like you say, what the need is, what the community are talking about, and giving it to them. What's the URL, Vicky, or the best link that I can just post in here?
It's virtualracinguk.co.uk.
I've just had to, if I look slightly distracted, it's because probably some of you might have seen somebody decided to troll our feed just then. Ooh. And so they have been deleted, and comment deleted and blocked from all of my pages, because they thought we were going to enter in some sort of sexual act on camera, Vicky. So I did have to just disappoint them and delete and block and say a virtual goodbye to you. How exciting. How an alternative Monday morning. It is a fabulous concept, Danny, and you are so passionate about it, Vicky, and just natural with it. And I think, you know, you can tell this is a business that has been born from spotting an opportunity or spotting something in the market where you think, I can do better than that, we can work on that, and then creating that hub and that the team of people around you. Yes, definitely, that was my face when I read his comment. Stephanie said, like, so the virtualracinguk.co.uk, and what's the best way people get in touch with you to talk about retail as well? Because I think you've got so much experience here from running that business, as well as your past experience, as well as the coaching consultancy model that you've got going on now. What's the link for your website, Vicky, or where you want to send people with regards to your Retail Biz Queen?
Onto my Facebook page, which is Vicky Powell, the Retail Business Queen. My website is very dire in need of...
Oh, let's sort that out. Let's get these two matched. Brand consistency, Vicky. We don't want to be ashamed of one and proud of the other. We want to have some consistency. Vicky Powell, retail, is it Retail Biz Queen?
Yes.
Facebook.com/. Do you know what? I'm not going to even try and put it in. I'm going to let you put it in the comments afterwards so people can see. But I think you're going to get some new sign-ups. Danny, I'm looking at you and thinking that you and I should sign up to Virtual Racing UK. That's what I'm thinking. My lovely friend Danny. Well, that was so interesting, made even more interesting by the painted fruit. No, you can't have crisps, it's not even 10 o'clock. And the sexual troll. And the troll, how exciting.
I missed it all because I didn't see his comment.
Yeah, so, you don't want he went for it. He went for his comments. He wasn't just messing around on the edges. He was like, I mean, there was the word, let's just say there was a word that if you have the word gang at the front of it, and then there's a second word which commonly comes with that phrase, and he was confused as the timings of when we would start that. So I mean, let's see if we can top that. So tomorrow Danny, let's do it.
No.
I reckon nobody knows that person. I think I have blocked that person from the SOS group previously, so they must be commenting on my CakeCon UK page. How exciting. So thank you so much for your time this morning, Vicky. Incredibly useful for retailers, incredibly useful for people who just I've spent too much time working and sipping gin, and should be doing some sort of virtual racing. And for anyone that doesn't know, on the Sip and Share page, Vicky is going to be live with me. Vicky and 3 other ladies are going to be live with me on Wednesday night as an exclusive. Your package is on its way. It is an exclusive live blind taste test, so you're not going to know what's in the box. So that's coming your way. That's another little interesting initiative. Children, stop looking at me. Better go and parent before my next slide. So thank you so much, Vicky. I will get this onto YouTube and share the link with you, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Fab.
Thank you, lovely. See you, hon. Bye-bye.
Bye.